All right, here's our second installment of how to figure out what the Sweet 16 lowdown is. Okay, so first, in case you didn't know what the Sweet 16 is, again, all of this is referencing the bracket, and it's going to come in super handy this time. So the Sweet 16 are right where it says East-West. So this is 1, 2, no, Sweet 16 is these guys, right before that. So these two, all these guys right here in this second set, and then all of these guys over here. So that's your Sweet 16. If you count them up, you will get 16 teams. Okay, so I'm first going to reference the 4 teams that came out of the East section. Now, because this was played last year, we thought that these little numbers was the win percentage, and actually that's not it at all. That's actually the points in which were scored in the game, which is going to be super useful when you guys are doing all your calculations for this. So last year, we had all the kids had to look up every single game as it was played, and it was super tedious. Great news, all of it's actually been done for you, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to write down all of your Sweet 16 teams. So I've put them all here. If you guys screenshot it, you can easily copy and paste it onto your own paper. We're not going to worry about the win-loss category because you already did that on the giant chart, and it really is unnecessary to copy it down. Okay, then we have something called an offensive average and a defensive average. So your offensive average is going to be how many points did you score. So I color-coded this. So when Duke played North Dakota State, Duke scored 85 points, the other team scored 62, and then Duke scored 77 points, and then UCF scored 76. That was a very close game. So in terms of offensive points, Duke scored 85 and 77 points, which if you add those together is 162. If you average it is 81. So their offensive average is 81. Okay. If you talk about their defensive average, that would be how many points did the other team score? Well, the other team scored 62 points and 76. So if you add those up, you get 138. Divide that by 2, you get 69. Then all you need to do is figure out the difference is you're going to take those two scores, you're going to subtract them, and that gives you 12. Then you're going to do that with all 16 teams. So again, I would suggest if you have a highlighter, or specifically 2, I would color code this because once you have it all color coded, it's going to be real easy to see those scores. Okay, and the easiest way to do it is to find the Sweet 16 team and then go backwards and find the 2 games that they played. So like Michigan State, for example, did 76 and 70, and against them was 65 and 50. So they won by a lot. So their win percentage is going to be significantly higher. So I actually went ahead and did the first 4 just to give you an idea of the numbers that you should be getting. So if you look at this, so Duke had a difference of 12, Virginia Tech was 11.5, now LSU, they only won overall by 3.5 points. That means all of their games were really close. And then Michigan State was 15.5, which means they won by a lot, which actually makes sense because Michigan State is actually the team that made it to the Final Four, even though if we were doing this on a current game situation, we wouldn't have actually known that information yet. So that's what you're going to do with the first half. I know that was a little bit confusing. Then you're going to rank all 16 teams by their offensive average. So what you're going to do is you're going to rank them by, from best to worst, the difference. So using your difference category, which of these teams had the highest difference? So that's going to be the top team. Okay. And then, oh, no, I lied. You're going to put the names of the teams in all of these categories. So offensive average, who has the largest offensive average? So in between these 4, Duke has the highest offensive average. LSU is next, Michigan State, and then Virginia Tech. So in this list, you're going to list names of teams. Then you're going to list them by defensive average. So who has the largest number of points? I think I messed this up, but it has the least amount of points. So we're going to do that, and then you're going to put that there. And then the difference categories, who has the largest difference, that's going to go at the top. And then you're going to compare those 3 things. Whatever team is overall ranking highest in the top 3 categories, they're going to be what we're going to consider the best team. Okay, and then you can answer some questions based off of that. If that doesn't make any sense, please, again, don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Ms. Pavick so we can explain this one-on-one. That could be an email. We can do a video conference. We can one-on-one meet with any of you. You guys just need to let us know. Thanks.